Business Brain, episode 588 for Wednesday, October 9th, International Beer and Pizza Day 2024. Woohoo! Folks, and welcome to Business Brain, the show where you send in a few ideas, we send in a few ideas, we all take a few ideas, we crunch them, we dissect them, we analyze them, we use them to tune our business brains to better our shot at living those charmed lives. Our sponsor for this episode is Notion.com/businessbrain. Notion is this awesome project management thing that combines like your docs, knowledge base, AI all together in one. We'll talk more about that in a little bit. You can try it for free at notion.com/businessbrain. For now, here in Durham, New Hampshire, running 100 miles an hour, I'm Dave Hamilton.
Yeah, out here in Lafayette, California, same thing. We're hustling. You know, I was speaking of beer and pizza, that's like the best day ever.
I know.
We were in New York, as I mentioned, we were in New York City last week, and one of our favorite restaurants makes a pizza where it's kind of a combination chicken parm pizza thing. Oh. And they take the chicken and they flatten it so thin that the crust of the pizza is the chicken.
Oh,
all right.
What?
And yeah. And then they put the marinara sauce, the cheese, and they sprinkle pepperonis on the top, and they call it chicken parm pepperoni. And man, It's life-changing. It's called Cafe del Arte. It's up by 57th Street, and man, it is awesome. It's great. I love it. Yeah, I highly recommend it if you ever get a chance to have it, because it's a different kind of pizza.
Yeah, that's different for sure.
It tastes amazing. Hey, so if you're listening in the background, you might hear some buzzing because I have some folks at my house taking some trees down with their chainsaws and everything, and they hit. This is, I don't know if this happens in your area, but in our area, we often get people come to, like this one, they drove up our driveway, we have this steep driveway, and I was in my office, I looked down and said, what's this person doing in the driveway? And so I went down, and she says, hey, I could tell she was with the tree company because she had a pamphlet, tree service. Yep. And she said, hey, we're in your neighborhood, right? And I thought, that is such a powerful statement. Because it's like, hey, we're already working with your neighbors. So that gives them a little credibility.
It gives them third-party trust, right?
Yep. Third-party trust. Your neighbors hired me, so why wouldn't you? And I said, okay, I wasn't really planning, but I do had some trees that I wanted taken out. I did.
Yep.
I did some a couple years ago, and I was kind of waiting and budgeting. And they offered me a great price to take these 9 trees we're having taken out down the hill in front of our house. And I got to thinking of this we're in your neighborhood thing, because she was showing me, I was negotiating with her as all good entrepreneurs should do. Yep. And she was showing me her cost structure. She had it in a little note on her phone, and this many guys cost this much, cost that. And I said, well, that's great, because you can keep all your guys working. You're right down the street. You don't have to go far. You know, I was trying to drive the number down a little bit,
of course.
Which I was able to do. And it got me thinking about other things that you sell that you could use the we're in your neighborhood strategy.
Okay.
So, because, they're like, I spent like $4,300 to take these 9 trees out, which is a great price.
Sure.
But they're keeping their crews working, and hopefully she's moving down the neighborhood just doing these deals, right?
Right.
And like, if I'm selling something on eBay or on my website or whatever, there's lots of other things I'd like to inventory that I have that I really just want to get my cost out of, right? Because as a reseller, there's always stuff that doesn't sell. And, you know, even if you're into it for zero or a small amount of money, why not? Everybody has this. Hey, these are add-on items you can add to your thing. Amazon, Other people bought this, but actually change it a bit and help you move products that you just want to get rid of. Some excess, something. Maybe it's a last year's model, maybe it's whatever. But can you drive the number down so low? Because when I see those, it's not like I think it's a deal, but if somebody said, hey, here's this thing and it's 50% off or 70% off if you buy it when you're ordering this.
Right now.
Right now, there's no extra shipping. we're going to cover the cost of this item. I just think it's an opportunity that
I see that a
looking
lot
at it that way.
when I buy CBD online a lot. You know, and in the checkout will be like, if you add this thing, and sometimes it's for your pets, or sometimes it's for you, like, you know, this salve or something. Like I'm buying like, you know, CBD capsules or gummies or something. And then it's like, you know, here's this lotion or whatever. And the price is way less. It's like 40% of what the price would be on the
listed
website.
on the site. So if you went and looked at it, you'd see it. Okay, well, that's good. I'm glad people are doing it.
And I've even gone through, obviously, like, you know, open another browser, try and buy that thing, what happens? And it's like, oh, yeah, no. Like, if I were to do that, like, it's legitimate. It's exactly what you're saying.
That's perfect. So I'm behind the 8 ball. So I love it.
That doesn't mean
no. But I just thought that concept of that, hey, we're already here. You know, you're already buying this thing, you know, and maybe you have to get it to them a little later in the checkout. I don't know, but something where they're committed. So maybe it's even when their credit card is already entered, you could say, hey, you know, this or something. It's kind of interesting to me.
They've figured it out at this one place. I go to CBDFX. I'll put that link in the show notes.
Yeah,
but
let's send them some business.
They're really good about, and the deals are legitimately good. Like it's not BS. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's right. You can't trick people and be like, oh, it's $10 off, or it doesn't work.
No, right. It's legitimately a good deal, and it's clear they're trying to push out inventory. So
makes sense. Interesting idea. If you do it, let us know. Feedback at businessbrain.show. We'd love to hear from you.
All right, folks, listen, have you ever felt like you're juggling 10 different tools just to keep your business brain organized? Well, drop those digital bowling pins and let me introduce you to our sponsor, Notion, your all-in-one workspace for total business brilliance. I've been using Notion with one of my businesses, and it's fantastic. It's like somebody took a Swiss Army knife and said, hey, let's make this digital and give it AI for days, right? Notion combines notes, docs, projects, and tasks all in one beautifully designed space. And the AI, it's like having a personal assistant who already knows everything you've ever worked on. No more jumping between apps. It's all right there. Notion AI can search, generate, analyze, and even chat with you, pulling from GPT-4 and Claude, which means you get answers fast, whether it's digging through thousands of docs or pulling insights from Slack discussions, Google Docs, and more. And don't worry, your privacy is locked down tight. No data gets used to train the AI models, right? This is important. So if you're ready to simplify your workflow, save time, and feel like a productivity wizard, try Notion for free when you go to notion.com/businessbrain. That's all lowercase letters, notion.com/businessbrain to try the powerful, easy to use Notion AI today. And when you use our link, you're supporting the show. Notion.com/businessbrain. Fortune 500 companies are using it, and so can you. Trust me, your business brain will thank you, and we thank Notion for sponsoring this episode. All right, Shannon, we have time for just one more topic for today, don't we?
Yes. So, we do. I want to talk about, I've talked about this before on the show. I started a handbag business on Poshmark as an experiment, sold about $3.7 million worth of bags, and Poshmark used to charge 20% for their fees, and I was okay with that because they offered a lot. Free authentication. They paid all the credit card fees, discounted shipping, so I never had to pay for shipping. They ate it. It was like $7.95, which saved me, probably $7 or $8 per box. And they managed all the fraud, and they pay a ton of money to get your results up in Google. They're paying for Google Shopping and all that stuff on top. So you're not just regulated to their platform. They're pushing it out on this and spending millions of dollars on SEO. I was okay with that.
Got it.
But, it seems high and everything. So what's fascinating is on October 1st, they sent a message out to all their users and said, tomorrow, a new fee structure is starting. And it's basically 5.9% 6% for sellers, plus $1, $2, or $3, depending upon the anything over $50, you pay $3 plus 6%. Under 50, it's 2, and under like 20, it's like or I think I have it the opposite. In any event, the 1, 2, 3 is not the huge thing, but between 15 and 50 is $2. 15 over is $3 plus the 6%. But the fascinating thing about it is that the buyers are also going to pay that 6% when they buy. And I did a post about it. I know you're searching. I'll put it here so you can reference it. I'll put it in our chat.
Sure.
And there's a lot of uproar over it, and people are, it'll never work. Buyers will never pay.
Sure.
But I actually think that there's some method to their madness here. They've obviously figured out that the biggest growth they have are live shows and people selling live on the platform.
Okay.
But a lot of that stuff is inexpensive. And I think they're hungry to get the high dollar sellers that may have left to other platforms. And so lowering that to 6% plus 20%, it would have helped me dramatically. I'm selling $1,000 bag. I would, certainly would have saved a significant, or $2,000 bag, saved a lot of money.
Oh yeah.
And
your buyer on a bag, I'm looking at this chart that somebody put together on Reddit, and which I'll also link to. Perfect. And it shows that where the old fee and now the new, fee would factor in. And as soon as you hit about $100 on the item price, the fees are less.
Correct.
All in combined, right?
Yes.
So before $100, it's actually a little bit more, sometimes quite a bit more. But once you're $100 and over, the grand sum total of the fees on any given sale is less. It's just a different structure. So,
different structure, yeah. And I've about 73% of everything I sold on that platform was from a best offer. Okay. It's all an offer game on that platform. So I think that the buyers are, theoretically can just offer less, right? And the seller may say, okay, well, I'm going to eat that quote 6% fee because, on top of the fee, they have to pay sales tax for each state. And I
think I saw a note, they are calculating the fee post shipping and
just
tax.
like eBay. eBay's the same way.
Correct.
They all do that now.
Yep.
Yeah. There's no more angle to it. And so I'm curious to see how it's going to work. They're offering some discounted shipping plans called Posh Pass, where the buyers can get shipping for $5.95 if you're buying from a Poshmark ambassador, which is kind of their top-rated seller program.
Sure.
And what I actually like about it is it's different. It's change. What kind of threw me for a loop is they gave everybody 24-hour notice. And so it wasn't like, eBay used to do this stuff all the time, and it would drive sellers crazy. They'd make changes like right before the holidays, and you'd be like, what the heck, man? We got to introduce all this new stuff. It's our busiest time of the year.
Yeah.
I think that if you're going to make dramatic and drastic changes like this, I would say you want to give them a couple week notice to make any adjustments. Maybe they have to change things on their pricing structure. I don't know.
This is a tough time of year to change that stuff in the consumer market. Yes.
Yeah. And I think their GMV, their gross market volume is down. Certainly it's down from COVID, probably like everybody. So they're trying to make more money on those low dollar, I had one person describe them to me like crack shoppers, people that buy in the live things that are $10, $20, $30.
Sure.
They want to make more money on that, and they want to make sure they protect their high dollar sellers that they're going to make $100, $200, $300 from when they're selling. It's interesting, and I wonder, my eBay selling fees based on discounts and everything you get, best price I get them down to is about 12%.
Okay.
There's some other incentives that you can get to it, but it's fascinating. All the buyers are saying, "Oh, I'm not going to pay that." And it's like, well, I wonder if it'll just they will. If you want it bad enough, you got to think the overall deal. Is it a good price, including your 6%? And if sellers can't sell, they'll lower those prices or they'll accept your offer. That's going to take that into account a little more.
You just shave it off the top and make an offer. That's it.
It'll equalize. I think it's going to equalize. And
2 weeks from now, no one's going to be talking about this. And maybe, hang on, maybe Poshmark timed this intentionally because of how crazy Q4 is. You do this to people in July when sales are slow. Everybody can ruminate about it and slow down. Right now, no.
Bitch and moan.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
but right now, everybody's moving really quickly, plowing through all of this. And so, within 2 weeks, it's just going to be water under the bridge. It's like, this is the way. That's it.
I think so,
this
too.
This is the new way. Yeah.
I think so, too. I love this new structure as an average sale price of an item's at my sale, $800, let's say, is the average sale price. It's better for high-end sellers, and I think that's where they're making more money, and they want to attract those sellers, or retain them, certainly, because there's certain brands that do really well there, and handbags are always in their top 5 categories. It's probably number 1. Women's fashion is number 1, and handbags are right up in there. But it's interesting. If you're an online seller, if you're selling at Poshmark, I'd love to get your take on it. You can find Dave at Dave Hamilton or at Shannon Jean up on X. Let us know what you think of it or how you're going to adapt to it. What changes do you have to put in place to not pay more money if you're a lower dollar seller? Right?
Yeah,
exactly. Interesting. Yep.
Thanks for hanging out with us, folks. Like he said, feedback at businessbrain.show. We would love to hear from you. We love all the interaction that we get. It's really a huge reason why we do this show. Keep living that charmed life. We'll see you on Friday.